Welcome to another episode of Carpidity. Today is going to be Carpidity car reviews, and you might be asking yourself, Nick, why are you standing out in the middle of the Missouri marshlands surrounded by beaver turds in front of this big giant black mommy mobile? Well, I'll let you know.
See, the thing is, guys, back in the 90s, General Motors slapped SS on everything. I mean, just everything. So we're here to find out whether this SS justifies that badge. So let's get to it.
Yeah. For a big beast. Man, it sounds better than my bed. Damn it.
All right, guys, so for those of you that don't know, the TrailBlazer SS is basically a regular TrailBlazer, except for it has some fancy pieces in it, and they put in basically the LS2 from the Corvette. It's tweaked a little bit, you know, but it's basically the LS2 from the Corvette. Makes 390 horsepower and a vehicle that weighs, according to GM, 4,600 pounds. So it is kind of heavy, but it's actually pretty cool. Now, before we made this video, I honestly thought I was going to have to think about ways to make this car sound cool, but once I drove it for like 2 minutes, all of a sudden I was like, how am I going to convey to you guys how cool this car really is?
He's right. I mean, I was sitting there thinking, boy, I got to come up with something to make this seem appealing and not just like I'm hating on it. But there's a lot of qualities of this car I love, like the acceleration. You would not believe how much get up and go this giant box has. And the sound it makes, I think it sounds great.
It's like a GTR SUV. So TrailBlazer SS's, you could get them in two-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and the all-wheel drive was specific to the TrailBlazer SS. It's different than the regular 4x4 that you would find in a regular TrailBlazer. This is an all-wheel drive system with a limited slip differential in back, which makes this car incredibly sure-footed through the corners, and you'd be surprised, this big girl can hustle.
Yes, mid-corner grips, there's not a lot of confidence there, but when you're coming out of it, it's pulling.
Yeah, this thing is just like a rocket out of the corners.
Like this.
Woo!
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, 400 pound-feet of torque right there.
This big girl likes to dance, and she's fun. And as weird as it sounds, guys, like most of the time when like GM and them try to cover up like a cheap just base interior, they did a legit job in here. Like, they did a good job putting up the SS badges here, classically done, silver and white gauges up front here to differentiate the difference between it and the lower models. And one complaint, maybe two, the shifter here, I'm just gonna say I hate it. I think it's atrocious. It's a horrible feel. It's cheap feeling. And something I noticed, I think Ross did too, the windows don't quite seal up right. So if you don't have one window down and the other one goes up, it makes a little noise.
So it's definitely like a big sea of plastic in here.
Agreed.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not crazy, but they did. It does look nicer than a regular TrailBlazer in here, and definitely sportier with that gauge pack. So, and you get these leather seats here, faux leather seats that are
there's some suede, I think, right?
Yeah,
what you call that?
Yeah, Alcantara or suede, whatever you want to call it, and some leather. And so it's dressed up nicely.
Really though, I mean, I would love to drive this every day. The ride quality is actually pretty good. Like, you feel the bumps, but you're not breaking your back over it. And I think thumbs up to GM for actually making a great daily driver here. Not kind of the gas mileage is atrocious, by the way, guys.
So what would you say like this car's like biggest shortcoming is?
Oh, don't you have to think about brakes. Brakes are atrocious. You can feel it, can't you?
That's what I was gonna say. You know, when I drove this car earlier, it handles okay, surprisingly, for such a big car. But God, the brakes are just... The brakes really let you down. That's the problem, because this car's too fast for brakes that aren't that good.
Yeah, well, it's weird that you get such a big vehicle and you're going through that corner with so much confidence, and something pops up, you're like, oh, I can't trust the brakes.
No.
I cannot.
Yeah.
I'm worried about coming to a regular stop in a parking lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe it's something that can be fixed with some high-performance pads or something, but...
Bigger rotors. I can tell you already,
Yeah.
guys. Bigger rotors.
The rotors look too small just looking at them. I see that they're like dual-piston floating calipers. So... yeah, unimpressed with the stopping.
Yeah, too much weight and too much power combined. Not cutting it.
So, aside from the power, what's your favorite thing about this car?
The noise, actually.
That's okay.
I'm going. What's it?
Woo.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's a symphony of awesome.
Yes, it is.
There's the brakes. Not awesome.
Yep. Somebody came in our lane and almost couldn't do anything about it. So, yeah.
Oh, so much grip out the corner, man.
Gosh, there's no movement on this thing. I can't believe how hard you are on the gas, and there's just nothing.
Yeah, guys, I have that pinned, and man, so much front end grip. It's amazing.
Yeah, so I would say, well, you know, the thing is, my favorite thing about this car is actually the fact that you get in it, and aside from the motor, I mean, it's a regular TrailBlazer SS, or a regular TrailBlazer at that. It's really comfortable.
It's very comfortable, actually.
You know, you got dual zone climate control, heated seats, which was kind of a big deal back when this car was made. It's got a decent sounding stereo in it. It's got this sunroof. So, I mean, although it doesn't, you know, look very, you know, upper scale in here, it's got a lot of features.
Yes, it does. About the seats, though, if you don't mind me going, I don't know if you noticed, I feel like the bottoms feel great, but the top kind of designed for a fat guy.
Yeah.
I'm swaying in it. If you're a big guy, no problem. But I'm over here kind of doing this.
Yeah, they're definitely built more for, you know, everyday comfortability for sure, and built for a wide range of body types. So, for a vehicle that started life as an Isuzu and then turned into a TrailBlazer, yeah, so this thing shared platforms with a lot of vehicles. Isuzu, Buick Rainier, the Saab 97X, the Oldsmobile Bravada before it was canceled. That's what brought on the Saab, by the way. So once they canceled Oldsmobile, they started this thing over as a Saab 97X, and then it became the TrailBlazer SS, finally, as they graced it with LS power. Alright guys, so the TrailBlazer SS came with a 5-link rear suspension, an independent front suspension, and a limited slip differential. And that all-wheel drive system really helps this car pull hard off the line with those 410 gears.
Yeah, it does.
So this thing really moves from a stop. It's hard to explain, but think like Nissan GTR for about 10 feet. In fact, why don't we go ahead and just show them?
Okay.
I would reckon that this car could beat my Z06 for about 30 feet. Now, I know what you're thinking. How does a 400 horsepower SUV beat a 500 horsepower sports car in a drag race? Well, as you can see from this slow-mo, the answer is traction. The Corvette has a hard time putting down power all the way through first gear, basically the duration of this race. The TrailBlazer, on the other hand, doesn't do so much as chirp a tire, therefore putting it ahead of the Corvette before the cones.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to mention, though, these vehicles, just like BMWs, they have a certain style of clothing that goes with them, and for what I found, it's things like these glasses here that make me look really awesome when riding in this nice little quick beauty here.
Bro, you look like an idiot.
Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah. Anyway, so all in all, guys, TrailBlazer SS,
Super slow,
super sandwich,
super slippery.
stupid, it doesn't matter. Anyways, the TrailBlazer SS turns out it's a proper SS after all.
Hauls ass, hauls family. Doesn't brake very well, but you know, if you want to get there fast and start braking ahead of time, this is the vehicle for you if you have kids.
All right, guys, that's it for us. So catch us next time on Carpidity.
Peace.
Peace.